In this video, we are going to discuss sorting. Sorting implies arranging the data in ascending or descending order. By ascending order, we mean arranging the data from smaller to bigger. By descending, we mean arranging the data from bigger to smaller. So, in ascending order, the topmost location will contain the smallest number and the bottommost will contain the biggest number. And vice versa in descending order, where the topmost will contain the biggest number and in decreasing order, the last one will contain the smallest number. In this video, we are going to discuss bubble sort method for arranging the data in ascending or descending order. There are various techniques, but this video is only limited to bubble sort technique. First, we will need to input our data. We need to create an array, input our data, and obviously we will need to do some process to get it sorted. Assuming this is the data we entered, you can see this data is mixed. It is not ordered in any order. So I want to arrange this data in ascending order. How do I do it? Now please try to understand the process and then we will discuss the program of doing it. In the beginning, we assume that the location 0, that is A0, contains the biggest number. And what we need to achieve is the biggest number should reach A9. So we begin with A0. We compare the number we have assumed to be biggest, assumed, please mind it, with A1, the next number. So if A0 is greater than A1, we interchange them, we swap them. So what happens here is, since 40 is greater than 10, A0 is greater than A1, they will be interchanged and the A0 location will now contain 10 and A1 will now contain 40. So you can see that now the location A1 contains the bigger data of these two, or we can say biggest of these two data. So the biggest A1 is now compared with the next data, that is A2. Now is A1 greater than A2? No. The A1 now contains 40, A2 contains 70. So is A1 greater than A2? No. So there will be no swapping. But either way, you will notice that now A2 contains the biggest of these three numbers. Next, A2, which is the biggest of 3, is now compared with the next number, that is A3, that is 20. Is 70 greater than 20? Yes, it is. Hence, it will be interchanged. So now this location will contain 20 and this location will contain 70. So out of these four numbers, you can see now A3 contains the biggest number. Next, it will be compared with A4. A4 is 90 and hence there will be no swapping because 70 is not bigger than 90. Next, we will compare A4 with A5. So is 90 greater than 30? Yes, it is. Hence, there will be swapping. So now you can see the location A5 contains the biggest of all these numbers. Now this A5 is compared with A6. Is 90 greater than 100? No, it is not. Hence no swapping. Hence A6 contains the biggest number as of now. A6 is now compared with A7. Now you will say, sir, we have seen that 100 is the biggest. So why are we moving forward? No, we know the data. The program does not know. Since we are visualizing the data, we know that A6 is the biggest number, but the program does not know. Hence it needs to search the remaining data also. So is 100 greater than 80? Yes. So there will be a swapping and now 100 will come at location 7. So A7 now contains the biggest number. In the next round, is A7 greater than A8? A7 is 100, A8 is 60. Yes, it is. Hence, once again there will be swapping. And in the next round, 100 is greater than 50 and once again there will be swapping. And you will observe that the biggest number is now at the position it should be. So what I did just now, you can visualize it in two ways. Either I was changing the biggest variable every time from A0 to A1 to A2 to A3 to A4 to A5 to A6 to A7 to A8 to A8, finally A9. So you can say, sir, you were changing the variable that contained the biggest number every time. Or we can simply say that we were moving the biggest number, the bigger number forward. So every time since we were moving the bigger number forward, so obviously the last number to reach the bottom will be the biggest number. Either way, whichever way you feel comfortable, you visualize it. So what I did just now, I explained it logically. Now think of it mathematically. We compared first of all A0 with A1. See, I have written here A0 with A1. Then we compared A1 with A2. Then we compared A2 with A3. And so on, A3 with A4, A4 with A5, and so on. The last comparison made was between A8 and A9. So if we will name this number as J, the corresponding number you will see is J plus 1. If this location is J, obviously the next location will be J plus 1. So every time in terms of location, we were comparing a variable AJ with the next number, that means AJ, with the next location, that is AJ plus 1. And in this process, the value of J was from 0 to 8. As you can see here, 0 to 8. So how to program this thing? See here. Here is the program. The value of J was from 0 to 8. That is what I have done. And every time I am comparing, if AJ is greater than AJ plus 1, if it is, we are swapping, we are interchanging. If it is not, we will not do the interchange. So this process of swapping will only be applied whenever the value of AJ is greater than AJ plus 1. And that is what we were doing here. See, 40 was greater than 10, we interchanged. Then 40 was greater than 70, 40 was greater than 70, no, we did not interchange. Then 70 was greater than 20, yes, we interchanged, that is we did the swapping. So this process was only applicable whenever the number was greater. So once you relate these two things, this program becomes very simple. But as you can see, this process did not arrange the data in ascending order, rather it simply brought one data to its proper location. How to get the remaining data? We will need to repeat the entire process again. And when we do so, now you see, now this is not the array. The array does not contain this set, array contains this set. So first time, is 10 greater than 40? No. So there will be no swapping. Is 40 greater than 20? Yes. So here comes 40. Is 40 greater than 70? No. Is 70 greater than 30? Yes. So we will swap it. Is 70 greater than 90? No. Is 90 greater than 80? Yes. So 90 comes here. Is 90 greater than 60? Yes. So they will be swapped. Is 90 greater than 50? Yes. Is 90 greater than 100? No. So what we observe is that now we have two numbers at their proper locations. How did this happen? How did this happen? Obviously, every time since we are moving the bigger number down, the biggest number was already there. So next time, the next number that will go down will obviously be the second biggest number, 90. Similarly, if I repeat the process one more time, ten is greater than 20? No. 20 is greater than 40? No. 40 is greater than 30? Yes. Is 40 greater than 70? No. Is 70 greater than 80? No. Is 80 greater than 60? Yes. Is 80 greater than 50? Yes. And we will observe one more number is at its proper position. Now here we can now easily deduce that if in every round one number reaches its proper position, to arrange 10 numbers, we need to repeat it for 10 times. But no, we need to repeat it for 9 times, because if 9 numbers are at their proper location, the 10th one will automatically reach its proper position. So what I need to do is simply repeat this process for 9 times. Simply repeat this process for 9 times. That's all. And if I repeat the entire process 9 times, my array will be sorted in ascending order. That will be done. What we actually write is, instead of writing 1 to 9, we actually write 0 to 8. Now, if 1 to 9 implies 9 times, so does 0 to 8. It also implies 9 times. They are actually same thing. So why do we write 0 to 8? Because that way we will find that inner and outer loop both will have same values. And that makes actually the programming easier. How? Suppose the size of the array is 10. So 10 minus 2. The idea is 10 minus 2. So it will be 0 to 8 and the inner loop also will be 0 to 8. If the size is 50, 0 to 48, 0 to 48. If the size is 100, 0 to 98, 0 to 98. If the size is n, it will be 0 to n minus 2, 0 to n minus 2. But if somebody wishes to know, I want to write 1 to 9, that is his choice, they can do so. So this process, as you can see, now we have a complete program, and once the array is sorted, we will simply print it, we will get our output. Now there is a small improvement that can be made in this program. Now as you will notice that here, first time it's okay, we are comparing, but second time, this comparison between this 90 and 100 was not required. Third time, the comparison between 80 and 90, 100 will not be required. Because once a number, once the number 100 is at its place, so why do I need to compare this point? I don't need to. Same way, when two numbers are at their own position, I don't need to compare these 2 points. So what I will do is, I will mark those points which can be removed, the comparisons that can be removed with red. And in every round, as one number increases, this comparison should also decrease by 1. And for that matter, if we want, we can write instead of 8, we can write 8 minus I. I will rather advise to write 8, but you can write 8 minus I. What happens that way? See, first time I is 0, so 8 minus 0 remains 8, so 0 to 8, all these comparisons will be made. But in the next round, since I becomes 1, 8 minus 1 is 7, so one comparison will be reduced. In the next round, see, this is your round number 1, this is your round number 2, this is your round number 3. Now, round number 1 actually is numbered as 0, because in that case the value of I is 0. Here the value of I is 1, here the value of I is 2. So in the next round, 8 minus 1 reduces one comparison. In the next round, 8 minus 2 reduces 2 comparisons. And that way, we improve our program. But if you don't understand this, don't go for it. Simply write 0 to 8. That is much simpler. The other thing that we need to understand in this program is, right now the program is arranging the data in ascending order. What if I want to arrange in descending order? So you see the sign here, greater than, that is the only sign that needs to be changed. If you want to arrange the array in descending order, you will need to write Aj is less than Aj plus 1. That is the only change that you will need to apply. The other change that you will need to consider is, what if the data type of the array is not int or a number, it is a string. Now we know that a string cannot be compared with greater than in Java. So instead we will have to use compare to, and for that the syntax will be Aj dot compare to Aj plus 1 greater than 0 for ascending order and less than 0 for descending order.